needed someone who wasn't getting over you.
What is up, beautiful people? It is me, Ashley, and welcome to my channel. And as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm just going to be giving y'all the tea on the Painted Tree boutiques, the pros and the cons, and my experience overall. I've only been there for 2 months, so yeah. If you want to know more about it, then definitely keep on watching and make sure you subscribe to my channel because you're already here. So like, why not? Come on, hit that subscribe button. I'll give you a couple seconds. You did it? All right, let's get into the video. All right, so what is the Painted Tree boutique, you ask? The Painted Tree is just like one big old bougie flea market, and that is the only way I could describe it to y'all. So you walk in and you just get hit with the smell of freshly built house. So y'all know like the way like new houses smell? That's how the Painted Tree boutique smell. Well, at least the Snellville location, which is the location that I am at. That's how it smells, and I'm obsessed with that smell. Like, it smells good. But yeah, so it's just like one big old bougie flea market. You walk in, you have aisles and aisles of vendors. Hundreds of vendors are in there. And there's just so much stuff to get into, so much stuff to look at, so much money to spend. It's a pretty cool place, honestly. So how did I find a Painted Tree? Well, I found a Painted Tree because I like shopping. So I was out in Beaufort, and like right across from the Mall of Georgia, there's like this plaza that has like Ross and Marshalls and Dollar Tree and Five Below and the Painted Tree. So I told my mom, I was like, yo, like, let's go see what that is. So we went in there and I was like, oh, okay. And we just walked around, and then I saw this sign talking about how to become a vendor. So that's when like I looked it up, and I was like, oh, like I can actually like get in here. And that's when I like, the wheels started turning, and I'm like, yeah, I could definitely do this. So that's how I found it. Once I visited the Painted Tree a couple of times before I decided to actually like get up in there. So in April was when I became serious about it, and I started looking up, like trying to find cost and process and all that, but it's the website ain't gonna help you so much. I'm just letting you know that right now. So they're not gonna have the cost on there or anything because the cost of your booth varies per location, and it varies by the size of your booth. So what I did was I put in an application. I was accepted immediately because they had a lot of vacancies, and I did the Snellville location, not the Beaufort one, because I feel like the Snellville location got more traffic and it will match. I feel like I will have a better chance of selling things over there because I did the application. Doing the application is free. You literally just fill out your business information, and you have to submit a picture of like a mock setup. So what I did was, I don't know if I still have the picture, but if I do, I'll insert it here. But I had like this window seat in my room, and I had like 2 mannequins that I bought when the store was closing. So like I like did over my window seat, and I just put my 2 mannequins, I dressed them in just like clothes that I had, and then I just like found random things around my house to make like different table heights and props and stuff like that. And I submitted the picture, said my brand was about, and I was accepted because they did have vacancies, as I mentioned. And they sent me over this thing, over a link to view the different booths and the different sizes and the different prices. So what I did was I went in store and I looked at all the vacant booths that I was interested in, and we took pictures in them. We looked at them like, oh, this one already has flooring, this one has this, one has that. But I ended up settling on one that wasn't even my first choice, but the price point was right, under $300. So yeah, I didn't want to get into anything where I was going to be paying more than what I could afford. So yeah, so I applied in April. April is when I applied, picked my space, signed all the paperwork and everything, and then I moved in May. One thing that didn't happen, that I'm not sure if they just don't have a store manager or what's going on, and this could be my fault because I really couldn't go in there and actually speak with the store manager, but I'm more of a, if I don't need them, I'm not gonna go looking for them type of person. Like, if I can figure it out, I'm gonna figure it out. So the store manager is supposed to give you a call and walk you through the next steps. That never happened for me. I actually have to call the store to get like the vendor phone number to get, you know, like, am I able to move in like as soon as possible, like what's next. I have to call the store to get that information, and that didn't really bother me. but it was just a little odd. So now that I gave y'all like the background and everything, I just want to go over the pros and the cons. And first we're going to start off with the pros. So the pros are, if you always wanted to open up a storefront, but you know, opening that up is really expensive. You got to find a space, you got to find a realtor, you got to have the money, you got to show finances, you got to show, you got to do insurance, utilities, all of that. I definitely recommend going to the Painted Tree. Low cost, you get to fully customize your space. You know, you can hang chandeliers, hang a little fixture from the ceiling, paint your walls, put down a peel and stick flooring to match your vibe. Like, it's fully customizable, and it's low cost. Like, you literally just pay like your monthly rent, and of course you have to pay a commission, which I'll get into that later because yeah. So it's low cost to open up your storefront. Rent is definitely cheaper than what you would pay for like your own physical brick and mortar location, especially with having to hire employees and all that. So that's the pro. You do not need any permits or anything. You don't even need a business license, I don't think, or a seller's permit, because they file all that for you, I think, with their taxes. I'm not sure how that goes. I'll let y'all know that next year. I did see where they said that, because I have a seller's permit for my business, and when I make like any in-person sales or online sales, I have to report that to the state or the city, or I have to report that. No, I definitely report it to the state. Oh, don't listen to me for business advice, y'all, because I'm still learning. But I report that to the state every month. And with the Painted Tree, you don't have to do that because they report that for you, they said. So yeah. So that's another pro. Another pro is customers. The customers are there. You know, you just have to make your space appealing and make it vibrant and make it so where people want to come and shop in your booth, because there's hundreds of booths to choose from in there. So just make sure your space is very bright and fun and you have good quality things. Advertise. So they pretty much advertise for you, but they don't advertise for your specific brand. Let me rephrase. So they advertise the Painted Tree. It's a fairly new, company. They're starting to pop up everywhere. So not everyone knows what the Painted Tree is, especially in Georgia. You tell them about it, they're like, yeah, what's that? You have to explain to them. They're like, oh, that sounds really cool. Yeah, it is a really cool place. So they're advertising their company, but they're not advertising your brand, which I'll get into that later because that's on my other list. You can definitely make money if you have the product and if you have, the brand. Like, as long as you know who you're selling to and your brand theme and all that, you can definitely make money because your customers are going to come and shop with you, and make sure you advertise your space. All right, so let's get into the cons. My first con is the sales go directly to the rent. And I know I have to pay rent, so I'm not saying that I do not want to pay rent. What I'm saying is having the sales go directly to rent, like, that sucks. So the way Shopify does it, and I know this is not Shopify, so I'm not comparing the two, but I kind of am. But the way Shopify does it is you can opt to get cashed out, I think weekly or bi-weekly or whatever schedule you want to set for Shopify. That's what they'll cash you out on. So I wish that Painted Tree would do that, because I can definitely use the money throughout the month to re-up on inventory to maximize my profits, So I'm having to come out of my physical pockets because my Shopify store is not up right now. So I'm just solely inside of the Painted Tree. And all of my inventory is in the Painted Tree. So I'm having to come out of my personal pockets to buy inventory for my boutique, which that's not how you really want to do your business. And that's what I've been forced to do as of now, because they don't cash you out until the beginning of the month, and that's once they take the rent. So they do have days where traffic is slower, but that's pretty much anywhere, So there's a lot of slow traffic days. You mainly get business on the weekends, but that's, anywhere. So you can't really complain about that. Your customer base may or may not come through the store, so that's another thing you need to be cautious of. Like, if you have a specific customer base, just be wise of the location that you open up. So just check out the different locations in your city. Go check them out, see what kind of people are coming up in there, and this definitely may not be good for smaller businesses like myself. So it's good as far as getting your name out there. Like, it'll definitely help you get your name out there. So this is like another pro. Sorry, it's not on my list, but I just thought about it. So this is definitely good as far as getting your brand out there and letting people know about your brand. But as far as smaller businesses making profits, it may take a minute. This is only my 2nd month, so I can't really too much say. I have to like give it time. But for smaller businesses, if you don't already have a successful business, not a brick and mortar, but like an online store or whatever, then you may struggle the first couple of months until you get like your footing. Because as I said, they're not giving you your money off top. So the last con is the thing that I hate the most, and it is the commission. Now, I definitely should have asked how much commission they took out, because in their little painted tree booklet, they said take a small commission. We take a really small commission. Guess how much they take? I'm gonna give y'all 5 seconds. Y'all, they take 10%. They take 10% commission off your sales. They're making a killing off of people. This is a genius business idea. Like, whoever came up with this, like, y'all are smart. But 10% commission, god dang. Why I gotta need so much? Like, what's 5? 5% to be good. Keep that in mind when you're going up in there. So if I have any questions about it, then please let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I'm pretty sure I left some things out, but I try to cover as much as I could. Oh yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Make sure you check out my socials. They'll be down in the description box. And if you have any questions, drop them down below. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.